Alright, folks, welcome back. It is Monday again, local time. We are back in our 7th week. Now we're entering, we've been entering the period of business as usual. I basically go through my weekly routine on how to complete my weekly hauls for the 3 tanks in the game, the Barbarian, Paladin, and Fighter. Chilling, ruminating. It is the last Neverwinter related thing for the year 2024. Hopefully everyone else is prepping, enjoyed their holiday spirits if you are celebrating that, and looking forward to the new year, right? I have a couple stories along the way, so let's just hop in. Also, since the Winter Festival is going on right now, I happen to be collecting the, I guess, what would you call it? The login gifts. So we can do a little thing at the end where we open them. It's a 1 out of 25, 250 chance. So let's, what would be a poetic end to the year 2024 than opening, I think I have like 30 of those like free boxes. So we'll open it and see if we get lucky. That's kind of a poetic end to a game, right? Of 2024. Embrace the loot. All right, so let's get in. Let's do our thing. And see where to go from there. It's kind of late. And it's been getting a little bit later and later each day due to my schedule. So I would be very, very floored if we encounter some brave souls interested in dungeon runs outside of your daily upkeeps. We'll see. I've been surprised before. Alright, so let's head off to our 4 weeklies. 4 weeklies, and I think instead of doing the heroic encounters, I'm just gonna hide the heroic encounters actually. What I'm gonna go do is probably all the repeatables, 1 cycle over. This will be short 20 after the weekly. That's kind of how we're gonna go about it. All 3 characters are kind of in a different place in the cycle. We'll adjust as we go. Oh, whoa. Wow, the pop-in. What is... Wait, what is happening? Dude, that caused me to pause for a moment. The 2 bridges popping in. What the heck? I was just following the path. That's kind of a funny thing. Following your path. It's like, nah, right? There's no way that bridge isn't there. Gonna run. Jump. Run. Okay. Usual, right? Usual stuff. Okay. Oh, we don't have to aggro the other guys. Okay, I'll take it. Or never mind. Alright. Oh, that delay was a lot longer. Yeah. All right. One down. 3 to go. Wait. Still gotta get used to this. Oh, what am I looking for? I really don't like the way the journal interacts with that. Wait, what was the fourth one? Oh, right. Because we didn't have to do it last week, largely due to the carryover from the first quest line. Okay. Very inconvenient coffin. Okay. Just grab this lever here. Don't mind the guys. Step on every possible trap. Okay. In we go. What the heck? Those guys jumped over the barrier. Okay. Two down. 3 to go. It's here. 2 down, 2 to go. Wait. Alright. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I don't remember. I think we have to take out the ads. Too much combat advantage. Wait. Oh, am I supposed to? I was supposed to stay in this. Okay. Where's the big puppy at? Oh, is it? We're still looking for the big puppy. There it is. Puppy with wings and horns and toxic stuff, you know, all the hallmarks of a pet. Okay. All right. That wasn't too bad. Three down, one to go. Where are we at? 14 minutes? Oh boy. They changed something about this one? Usually, hang-ups like this means something changed about the instance. It happens every once in a while. When you haven't entered the instance in a while. Usually after a patch. Usually after a patch that had something to do with it. Or some sort of interacting thing. Anytime now. Okay. Alley-oop. Hello. We're doing our 7th week weeklies. How are you? Are you enjoying your holidays? Do you have holidays around this time? What's the game about? You're good? Glad to hear it. The game is a Western style MMO taking place in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. It's Neverwinter, which is a Forsaken Realm extension of Dungeons and Dragons. You know, you take care of you're an adventure, get into shenanigans. In this specific module, I suppose, the theme is Sky Pirates and sort of some like a side thing with like Lovecraftian stuff. You know, tentacle monsters and brains. But yes, this is a live service game. So, oh, whoops. This is a live service game, so it has rolling updates every 3 or 4 months. There's a new module. Is it funny to play? Funny as in haha? It could be funny as in haha. There are other players who could be haha for you. The stuff they say might be a little haha. Oh, you mean is it fun to play? That's a good question. As far as I know, people who play it once, right? If you wanted something to occupy your time, they find it fairly entertaining for a month or two. And then usually people move on, right? So I've been playing this game since its closed beta 11 years ago. I play it so that I can like relax and stuff. This is kind of like my morning coffee. So usually when there's nothing available, like when there's not an update, I would log in and do some dungeon runs, and it would be like 30 minutes of the day. So kind of like chilling with your rerun of your favorite TV show or something like that. So in a way, I would say it's meditative. I'm not sure if you're asking me, I wouldn't say fun, but I would say it's relaxing. What the heck is... Sorry. I'm trying to figure out what this task is. Okay. So we did our 4. Yeah. Happy New Year. Good luck, good luck. Good luck with 2025. Hello there, Classy. What's up, what's up? How are you doing? Perilous Escort. Where is this So I gotta do the 4 repeatables. Try to do 4 repeatables now. Where? The heck is this pointing to? Perilous Escort. Fine Escort. Oh. Wow, that was kind of hard to see. What game is this? Happy early New Year. Yeah, happy early New Year. This game is Neverwinter Online. It was released over 11 years ago. This is a D&D game, a Dungeons and Dragon game. It's a live service game now. It used to be one of those like WoW kind of like follow-ups, modernization of. Wait, where did the crewman go? Am I blind? Oh, is that the person? How? Wait, no. Where the? Did anyone see the person I was supposed to escort? Is it multiplayer? Yes, this is an MMORPG. So, it's structured like that. It's free to play, since it's a live service model now. So, you hop in, you do quests, and every so often, every 3 or 4 months, there's a module that drops to update everything, and you continue. So it follows very similar. Now that the current models, it adopted your usual things, like if you were playing Genshin Impact, that's kind of solo thing, but say like Tower of Fantasy or something. Most of the live service models to be expected. So you complete tasks, you do that. That's wow, it just completed on its own. What the heck? And it's an ongoing game. The population's kind of modest now. It's pretty much along the lines of all your currently existing long games where there's like a player base that will be fairly consistent. And then yeah, occasionally you might find a lot of newer players, maybe if something dramatic happens, but usually gosh, I don't know. It's relatively a modest game. It's kind of a labor of love, I would say. The developers have already mentioned that they will continue at least into past 2025. So it's a very old game. It's very much like another game. If you're familiar with Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings Online, that's a game that is still being updated to this day. Dungeons and Dragons is a very big property, so people have very strong connections with any game that is Dungeons and Dragons. And as you might have noticed on the internet, Western fantasy it's relatively peaking right now. So most of these types of properties are kept alive, largely due to the passive income and passive interest from bigger things. So even anime is quite into, like, the Japanese industry is quite into the Western fantasy. Like, for example, Sega's recent game from their Atlas partnership, their Atlas ownership, Metaphor, that game happens to be a Western style, right? Final Fantasy 16 happens to be a Eastern take on Western fantasy. So it's that kind of thing, only you won't be having the Eastern influence, right? There's no big things that you would expect from like a Japanese studio or something. However, this is where the inspiration came from. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, it's like Tolkien fantasy, your hobbits, or in this case, halflings. This guy is extra short because he's a halfling, which is more or less a hobbit. There's a long history behind that. The game art style looks cool, at least. Sad to see it dying out. It's that word doesn't really describe how live service models work, but instead of the word dying, it's a consistent game. So a game that lasts for more than 10 years have a consistent fan base. So the consistent fan base will keep it in financial standings. So it's Dying out would mean it would close down at some point, which it has no end of life schedule yet. Something dying out would be something like Concord from this year. It actually didn't even die out, it just got canceled. There are a couple of games that are they dying out? Nowadays, keeping a game alive due to the sheer labor of love, those games tend to not end up dying out. They end up being strengthened over time. So I don't necessarily think, I would be fairly surprised that this game would be dying out before anyone. Is this on console? It is on console, actually. The one caveat to this console thing is, it is not crossplay. This game is not crossplay. It has been something requested by, you know, the peeps for a while now, but financially it would be a great undertaking. That is the official statement, I suppose. Or perhaps the benefits of crossplay does not constitute its financial investment. The owner of this game, or now the official owners of this game, is a company that is very prone to owning a lot of things, but not necessarily committing to large investments in it. So that is something very common with a lot of live service games in the game industry right now. What is it called again? You want to try it out? It's called Neverwinter. So 2 words, never and winter. Together, like slap together. So combine those 2 words. Yeah, feel free. Feel free to check it out. There's no investment or anything. Interesting that you like the art style. Nowadays, you know, at least from what I usually do most of the time, people are more into Eastern style things. Yeah, this is my if you like to, you know, chill and vibe to doom scrolling, this is my doom scrolling. This is what I do. One of the 3 things I do every day for doom scrolling. So I play this, I think about stuff. I'm streaming like this particular module, and at the later half of the module, it's largely doing upkeep. So when you're doing upkeep, it gives me time to relax and whatnot. And then I'll be back to learning languages and my projects. Yeah, it's on it should be on Xbox and PlayStation. So again, just to clarify, it's not crossplay, but it is available on all consoles. It's one of it got launched way some years back. Oh yeah, no costs, no investments. I don't, unfortunately, since I only play on PC, I don't know what it's like when it comes to like playing with other people or looking at other people, like how the community is on those. But it is something to tie you down for like a week or so. You love MMORPG games? Interesting. You played something like this on VR? Ooh. What is available on VR that's like this? That's interesting. I'm not sure of one that people bring up a lot. Huh. You can see this. So this is my if I had to do an analogy, like a feeling analogy, this is my Fortnite. These things used to be my Fortnites, my Roblox. In my age, in my generation, I used to grow up with like World of Warcraft and RuneScape and stuff. So we log into these things and we play, and then maybe a few friends would say something, we would catch up, because this is before the era of, well, not necessarily Neverwinter, but the era of gaming that I came from. These used to be the platforms for socializing. So, and this brings a bit of nostalgia. There is a game called Zenith, the Last City Online game. Interesting. Hold up. Let me check this. Zenith City. Oh, that's kind of cute. Wow, this was recent. Yeah, yeah. It would be something like this. It's something like this. Zenith is using the new age like colorful like Blizzard approach, the World of Warcraft approach. It's very colorful. Yeah. Obviously the colorfulness helps with VR too. So, yes, it's pretty much like this, only like your D&D stuff. So all of these are all the property and imagery in this game. All the properties and imagery in this game is based on the D&D property, the Dungeons and Dragons property. So things have to look a certain way and whatnot. But yeah, Zenith, it's like that. This game is pretty much like that. It's over 11 years old. It's been going. It's like clockwork, more or less, in this game. And that's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I like my coffee, so to speak, right? I do spend 99% of my time streaming things that are learning. And in this case, this is probably one of the few rare moments in the other 1% that you'll probably catch me doing something that I'm quote unquote very good at, as in like I'm not actually learning anything. This is more of a you're chilling, I'm just chilling, is something that I've done for many years. Other than that, most of the time you'll probably find me being a goofball trying to learn something new. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. So it's a very old game. Yeah, let me know what you think about it while the next time when I'm like language learning or something. Always feel free. Intriguing. ER MMO, huh? Huh. I don't have a... We talked about this, right? I'm not sure we talked about this. I do not have a place to be able to do VR. Actually, it might be someone else. But I do not have like a physical place that I could do VR or sit VR, and I don't have a VR setup yet. But it would be really wonderful to do some constructive work in VR. I always wanted to do some VR sculpting. I like your chill vibe. You're a fan of it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Here, what I like to do is share a bit of the things that I do to balance, you know, the stress of life, things you have to do, things you have to learn. Like, I don't want to... There are things I can't capture because of maybe copyrights or things that I do, but this I can show, which is to show that it's not every day. I don't like intensely study every single day, or you know, because sometimes I feel when you're constantly used to someone doing extraordinary things, you might forget that they have times they don't do extraordinary things, or someone is always constantly learning something may not seem like they don't ever do anything long enough to be good at it, right? Or enjoy being knowledgeable about something. So this is kind of my way of showing some of that stuff. When I start playing video games and whatnot, there are places where I might be more familiar with things. Usually most of the time it's showing me learning something, because I like encouraging people to learn things and know that learning doesn't have to be stressful. They can be exhausting, right? They can be exhausting as in it takes a long time, lots of effort, but mentally stressful is good in moderate. It can be useful in moderation. However, moderation is the key word here. Right. The new VR headset is like 1K. I don't recommend unless it's Oculus 2. Oh, interesting. So the MetaQuest got an update in a more affordable way. I was pretty sure there was a second release of MetaQuest. MetaQuest like 2.1 or 2.5 plus, or like MetaQuest Pro, which was effectively the follow-up to MetaQuest. From the more expensive MetaQuest that was 1K, they released a follow-up, which was a MetaQuest in between the two, the 1K set and the really cheap set. It's like somewhere around 300 or 400. I saw, yeah, the Quest 2. Yeah, or the Quest 2 Pro, I think was, I mean, not the Quest 2 Pro, but the non flagship one. At least I think I saw a video on it from LTT. On it. It was a markdown price. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the most expensive one, but the price is a lot more agreeable. Not that I'm going to pick up a VR headset anytime soon, but I like watching videos of electronics and whatnot. You're surprised I don't play Minecraft? I played Minecraft a couple times before. That was way back when Notch was still working on Minecraft, when he was in the alpha things. I hope I remember to migrate my account. I'm pretty sure my original account was there. That's when, back in the day, when he was still you had to buy into Minecraft and he was working on building Minecraft. But no, I don't do any Minecraft things. My generation is older than Minecraft. So you'll find that statistically the vast majority of people around my age, like in their 30s and 40s, they do things like this. They'll probably like hop back into, at this point it's probably Path of Exile 2 or another World of Warcraft expansion every once in a while. So well before the Minecraft era. So it's kind of like collectively a generational thing. The nostalgia and the stuff that warm coffee, you know, that thing that reminds you of your older generation, it's games like this usually. Things that deal with Dungeons and Dragons and Tolkien lore and dragons. Yeah, Minecraft is, I would say, most people in their mid-20s, almost turning 30 soon, as I turn 40, probably Minecraft. And then this current gen is probably more like Minecraft and Fortnite-ish for those gen. And then this generation is more like Roblox and Minecraft. Like the current one, who's like early 20, like about to become 20, or probably like 18 or 19. That's probably Roblox and Minecraft. Some of them, you know, I'm not saying it's everyone, but statistically there are obviously people younger than me, and including people my age, that do kind of delve into Minecraft. Those people are now business owners, though. A lot of them are business owners, like the Yachtcast, for example. They're largely business producer nowadays, but I did watch them when Minecraft trend up for role playing and whatnot. It was something I could have done into my older age, but I didn't. I did something different. I actually started playing this game, actually. One of the things I did was actually start playing this game. Yeah. Alright. Finish this guy. 2 more characters. 2 more tunes. The good Zenith City Online game is the old one. Oh. Wait. The good Zenith? As in, there's an earlier one? Or is it... Because this one says it's from 2022. Am I looking at a different one? Yeah, the peeps that I hang out with, they're more like in the 20s, so they would usually be doing like Fortnite or something. Fortnite and Fortnite. Fortnite and Fortnite. I play Hearthstone. There are 2 other games I play. There's another game called Phantasy Star Online. Phantasy Star Online 2. New, which that is something that belongs. That's also something original Phantasy Star Online 1 was around the generation of like World of Warcraft and whatnot, where it's a Eastern take. It's sci-fi Eastern MMO. So I play the newer updated version, the NGS, and then I play Hearthstone. So most of the stuff tends to be Blizzard oriented, or things inspired off Blizzard, because largely Blizzard was the gold standard of PC games when I was growing up. My very first PC game was a Blizzard game. It was Warcraft. And then I did play World of Warcraft in its early days. Yep, was a Warcraft kid. Was a Warcraft college kid even. I did it in college. That was something else in retrospect. Where's the hijinks thing? And then you played that game? I see. What do you usually do now outside of the last city online, outside of Zenith? Do you play Minecraft? To give you an idea of how much these types of games take up my time, each day, outside of these special occasions, each day I spend about 30 minutes on Neverwinter. So I log in, do my dailies, Neverwinter 30 minutes. I log into PSO2 NGS for 15 minutes. It's like 15 minutes to 20 minutes to do that daily and weeklies. And then I play Hearthstone, which about 15 minutes. So it's about an hour and a half, I'm going to say, roughly, between the 3. And then every once in a while, when they have a new update, like a bigger update, I would play a little bit longer. And this would be an example of it. And it's one of those things, like, it's a hobby, you keep up with it. Until I find a new hobby, then I replace it. But these are one that it's been a third of my life, so pretty ingrained. Finding a replacement or adding more can take up a little bit too much time. So Yeah, so 2 NGS is the one that is the youngest. It's been like 3 or 4 years. I think it's been 4 years. This game has been over 11 years. And Hearthstone 9 years. I used to play Overwatch. I was in the Overwatch beta up to like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I played like straight from there. And then I dropped Overwatch. So then I replaced it with PSO NGS. So usually I don't increase the amount of time I'm spending with these things. When I get more time, I replace it. You stream Minecraft and Roblox now. I see. Yeah, that's a pretty regular, a pretty friendly regular activity nowadays. Yeah, especially streaming. Streaming tends to be a regular activity. Obviously, we met when I was language learning, and that's how I go about my usual days. I spend 9 out of 10 times I would be spending something on self-improvement, working on projects, making the stuff more and more marketable, right? Marketable in the sense that it keeps me engaged, helps me continuously solving problems. At this time, this little stream, even though I'm kind of like chilling and doing things that I don't necessarily am learning, I am consuming content. So this is completing something per se. So at minimum, I do engage in a kind of a completion task, if you will. This is the comfort zone. You go in your safe space, like, oh yeah, I'm not really learning anything per se. It's to enjoy the ride and whatnot. Kind of like grabbing your favorite snack. But your favorite snack might not hit the same way anymore, but it feels good. It's homey. Just to keep someone normal. I feel it's worth saying that there are quite a lot of people nowadays who do this more than other things, right? So I know checking your work-life balance is a great way. Sometimes this stuff can feel really good, right? This stuff can feel really good. However, it can consume your life. So while I'm sharing my Neverwinter habits and whatnot, I kind of want to show that, yeah, I do the same things. I doom scroll. I like take breathers, do things that I've done like hundreds and thousands of times over like 50,000 hours kind of thing. However, it doesn't like take up the majority of my time. Largely due to the nature that you also want to make time for self-improvements and changing and trying to build things. So I wanted to show that this is kind of a work balance kind of thing that I impose on myself. Oh, there, Valentine. How's it going? Happy early New Year's. You got something set for New Year's? What you do recently? Someone earlier asked me, is this game fun to play? And that's where I know and understand what this game means to me. And I wouldn't say it's fun to play per se. It's relaxing. It's very comforting. I do relaxing and comforting things in order to kind of like rest up for my more intense and involved things. So this is kind of enjoying your coffee, right? Like when you go and pick up your favorite beverage, is it fun? Or is it something else? And oftentimes life doesn't always have to be fun, right? Recharging, Charging your juices. Of course, some people may prefer other things. For me, in order to keep my energy up and whatnot, I have to find a balance in when I need to understand how to, quote unquote, enjoy relaxing. I think that's something that I had to work on for quite some time in my life, since I didn't know how to relax most of the time in my life. Good, your Christmas was really uneventful? Try me. And that's how I prefer it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair enough. I should have read the rest of your statement. Hope you had a good holiday if you celebrated it. I did, with more language learning. For New Year's, you have no plans other than recharging. Fair enough. Solid. Solid. I kind of roadmapped pretty much all the things I was gonna do for the first half of 2025. It's gonna get exciting again. Yeah, we concluded the Chinese course yesterday, actually, on Duolingo. And then now we're gonna phase in some new stuff as well. Plenty of new stuff. And then obviously the big day is coming soon. The Like a Dragon is coming soon. Yeah, we completed the Chinese course yesterday. How short was it? I mean, it's 200 days. It took me 200 days, an average of 3 hours a day, so I don't think it's considered that short. Yeah. So now we're in the daily refresh mode. So you do daily refreshes for them, which I'll keep up. But now we're gonna slowly move in to other things. It is the longest project though that I've done to date. As in a longest singular project, like not a series, but it's the longest singular project that I have done so far. These projects are getting longer and bigger each time. I think I'm falling into the content creator trap. Yeah, I made commentaries about this before. Like, discipline and moderation is different from scalar like extreme behavior. And what I mean by that is like, oh yeah, you did a project and you're like, you did a project, it's 200 days. All right, next time we'll do a 600-day project. Next time we'll do until death project. Eventually it caps out. You kind of refine and you want to increase the quality of the project over time in order to make up for the absurd quantity that it would fail to have. So it's kind of like your YouTube vicious cycle. How can you get bigger and badder and cooler? And obviously I'm not going to do that. It just happens to end up to be 200 days, which the Japanese thing just eclipsed 300 days. So, but it hasn't been completed yet. But yeah, it's been 200 days. It ended right on the day before New Year's. What a interesting way to see that. You're excited to see how you continue to grow. Usually I'm sleeping by the time you get... Yeah. I know. I'm thinking about maybe... I have to rearrange all the schedules again. But the first thing we're doing, the next project that I have to do to introduce is New Year's Day. We are adding Wanikani to the beginning of our Duolingo sessions. As the time... because the Chinese cycle is, well, I already mentioned that Wanikani had a yearly sale on their lifetime warranty, right? Not warranty, their lifetime subscription. So I bought a lifetime subscription. And then we've committed to another year of Duolingo. So financially now. So now I'm financially invested in Duolingo, which in February we start Spanish, right? We start Spanish as to fill out the Duolingo slot. But the first thing we do is Wanikani. And then during this time with the Wanikani phasing in, I have to do my 300-day review of my progress report, the 100-day gap on day 300 of Japanese. So I'm kind of like preparing for that. And then the 200-day, which ends up also being the wrap up for the Chinese Duolingo thoughts, like current tentative thoughts. And both of them have 100-day gaps from the last review. So this is the longest period as well. A 100-day gap period is the longest period that I've had from the last review. So we're prepping for that. We're going to spend the next like week or two. Probably going to be a week or two. And then we have other projects because February is a big month. The next Like a Dragon game is coming out. So I will be playing my Chinese playthrough of the main story quest of Infinite Wealth in the slot, that the time that's liberated by Duolingo, not basically practicing Duolingo now instead of learning something from Duolingo. So Chinese Duolingo is maintenance now. It's no longer a learning process, and usually when I practice I get faster and faster at things, right? When you practice like using Anki or flashcards, it just gets faster and faster. So the idea is it takes a lot less effort to practice something versus learning something. So the Chinese session is probably only going to be like 30 minutes long to do the 6 practice exercises. So we replace it with something else for the time being. That slot times really well with the Like a Dragon stuff. So I have to do those because I want to refresh myself on all the Like a Dragon stuff right before the new game drops. I've already purchased the new game, right? It's a deluxe edition or whatever have you, because that's one of the series that I'm also financially committed. Intellectually and financially committed to, in my opinion. I want to do, if they are going to release a game every year, I want to do it every year. That's because it's part of my language learning stuff. It's part of my gaming culture that I like. So that would be a permanent fixture. Really hope you like Wanikani. Here's the thing about hoping and wishing I like something. I don't choose to do things I won't like. So hopefully that changes your perspective on hoping I like something. I don't choose to do things I don't like. And even if I don't end up liking them, I like them because I did them. So usually things that are forced upon me can end up not being liked, right? But the things I choose, typically I do everything possible consistently to like the things I choose. So I probably will. It's very, very unlikely I won't, unless someone obligates me into something I didn't voluntarily choose. Let's see. Been the most useful and cool thing, even though Duolingo as well. Speaking of Like a Dragon, you bought Infinite Wealth on. Ooh, now we can share experiences like vicariously. You're munching on some spaghetti quickly and thinking of trying it out tonight before bed. Solid. Can't wait to hear what you think. I'm gonna go on a limb here. How familiar are you with Kiryu Saga? Like, are you like invested in that too? Because it's gonna feel a little, in my opinion, it's likely going to feel a little bit half and half. And I think one of the biggest elements is it's a dual protagonist game, right? Infinite Wealth is a dual protagonist game, and it goes without saying the more sentimentally invested you are, the harder it's going to hit. Basically blind, unfortunately. I don't know much about Yakuza as a prior to Lucky Dragon. Totally slept on it. Okay. Okay. Knowing that, I kind of want to know your experience with the dual protagonists, right? Because this would be your introduction, then, more or less, for all intents and purposes, of who Kiryu Kazama is, right? And I would love to see how one reacts to his side of stuff, because it's a to say that it's almost fearfully like impactful is another thing. There's a substantial amount of fan service. I mean, the game itself, the series itself, tends to be built upon that type of stuff. So I would love to hear what it's like from someone who is not familiar with the Kiryu saga to be part of the main line, because Infinite Wealth is when both of them share the spotlight. Man, some of the things I was losing it. I mean, on stream it didn't look like I was losing it, but my heart was losing it. Right before New Year's, play the lottery. It's okay. My parents actually buy 1 or 2 lottery tickets every once in a while. When like the pot gets really, really big and they're like, let's buy 1 lottery ticket. It goes without saying they didn't win. I think there was one time, Classy, speaking of lottery, right? Speaking of lottery, there was one time the jackpot hit like a record, like the Powerball thing hit a record. I'm like, my parents like, just buy 1. And I'm like, all right, I'll go buy 1. And then they told my sister to go buy 1 too. So we all bought like 1 every once in a while to see what happened. Actually, one of those times matched a couple of numbers, and you get like a small win, which was kind of nice. That's kind of how I think about lotteries. I feel lucky just to get up each day, so any extra, buying a lottery ticket every once in a while here and there just to see the possibilities, kind of exciting. Excited to see how oh yeah, right. We're gonna do LLM stuff soon. That's like the 4th thing to do, right? After introduction of Spanish, then LLM. We're gonna refine and do some LLM things with Chinese, since that's gonna be something that I want to evaluate with Spanish in Duolingo at the end of 2025. So now that I committed a year, right? Lots of stuff. 2025 is already filled up with stuff. And we'll see how much of that gets followed through or change over time. Obviously, I make plans expecting changes along the way. It's always fun what life gets you to do when you do it with others, or show it to others. There's often little changes and surprises along the way. The Wanikani thing was not in my original plan. However, more and more with the others, right? That's a good example about the Wanikani thing. I know quite a bit more about people's feelings, and because of the type of people, I know this sounds like profiling. It is kind of sort of profiling, but collectively, anecdotally, the type of people that I've interacted with that said things about Wanikani matches a lot of things that I'm looking for, that I would feel really well complementary with the stuff that I'm doing. So, and like Wanikani as a fixture, I don't know if you knew, but Wanikani started, I thought it started after Duolingo, but it actually started in the same year. Yes, that's when I came to that realization yesterday when I was double checking. But it's a natural thing to include, and then the people that shared that enthusiastically, that stayed around long enough to leave an impression, that's how I picked my additional things. So when it comes to if I'm going to like it or not, the answer is going to be yes. I'm already emotionally invested. It's very different. I feel like that is worth mentioning. Decisions I make are already emotionally invested. It's a combination of budgeting, doing the objective argument. Actually, I had a really interesting argument, or not argument, but a share with another Black Lotus when I was talking about my rationale for buying a year subscription, taking up the deal on Duolingo's yearly subscription, about combining objective investment in your decision making, like metrics and whatnot, which I have over 300 days of metrics, personal metrics to build on, and also the other side of things, the psychological side of things. And what I choose to do to nearly guarantee, obviously I can't predict the future, there's always a chance that it doesn't turn out well, right? I usually don't think of it that way. I try my best to ensure that I will love the thing I choose to do. And oftentimes this is a balance, Rangers Mark. This is a balance between understanding and collecting people's experiences, understanding what type of people use a product, express their passion for the product, and then I use that as another layer of commitment to something. So I buy things because I care about it and people make me care about it, and together those are the decisions I make. Someone made a comment yesterday, which I completely understand that they would make such a comment, is the idea of being empathetic and objective and true to yourself at the same time. They made a very fancy remark about how, like when I said one must leave their safe space in order to widen their perspective and whatnot. This is kind of what I mean. It's not one or the other. You do both to strengthen your decision making. Especially when you have a choice in it. Obligations are a whole different story. Obligations placed on you are obviously made very differently. There's coping involved, there's obligatory problem solving, but voluntarily, when I choose to do something, rarely is it made based trivially on objective metrics, and or solely an emotional response. So the chances of me feeling regret, remorse, or any form of dissatisfaction or disappointment is completely, it would take a monumental series of unfortunate events in order for me to dislike the decision I made. So that's kind of a way to illustrate myself safeguarding myself from, I guess, potential disappointment that people feel. My consistency in the way I make decisions are built upon this foundation of decision making. It's also why I cheekily stream a lot of the things I voluntarily use, and I constantly probe and strongly select for people who are passionate about sharing their opinions in a candid and empathetic way. So do it up to the 3 or 4 people who stuck around long enough to give me an impression that Wanikani, give me a good enough impression of the type of people that find Wanikani useful, interesting. That would include you, Valentine, of course. You are most definitely one of those individuals. And then several individuals that are no longer here left a strong enough impression for me that I have very little doubt, while still knowing that there is a possibility of disappointment. I made the decision. That's how I make the decision. It's not a most of my decisions are not made very lightly. They're the result of months of deliberation and whatnot, and planning. So the more effort I put into it, the more effort other people put into it towards me, it rarely fails, because of the monumental hill that has to go wrong already going into it. And that's kind of how I was trying to rationalize why I bought the discounted year subscription to Duolingo Super. Someone, Black Lotus, tried to argue, present a perspective from a objective standpoint, where your value system is 0 and you buy into something, so now you're expected to fill that value system, right? Like if you spend $60, well, you get the value of your $60 back when it's all said and done within that period. And I totally understand that decision making when it comes to purchasing something that you have no experience with. In this case, I wanted to demonstrate that the decisions that I have made and stuff is a little different, because I do have experience with it. And I do also have vicarious sentimental investments that levels up my commitment to the product. And Wanikani is a really big one. It's so big that I was able to rationalize that I could buy the lifetime subscription, because that's how much I believe the value is already before I bought it. When doing voluntary stuff, you can choose to have a value system going into it. So I see this Wanikani decision as a investment, a forward investment, or invest forward, if you will, as opposed to something that I need a return in, or maybe a payback. I think I used the word to pay back some stuff, and like Duolingo subscription thing was a payback, because I already used Duolingo for nearly a year, and it offered a lot of things that would otherwise not exist without it. So that was a counterpoint. It was my counterpoint to a lot of these things. Again, very specific. Very specific. Alright, so we got the 100 for our Paladino. Let's move on to our fighter. How long was that? An hour and 15 minutes? We're at an hour and 15 minutes total. We got one more tune to go. And for clarity's sake, this is pre-selection for decision making. So this is talking about things you do because you want to category. If I end up getting a job or a problem that I must solve, it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll share that too in the future. I don't know how I would be able to share that though. It's relatively difficult due to like maybe the sensitivity, the sensitivity of the nature of the situation. It often involves other people, to other people confidence, you know. You want to keep their confidence in you, where the discretion and whatnot. Streaming is wonderful because it allows you to share the things you're personally responsible for. However, I think it can be very dubious or very concerning when you're sharing things you're obligated to do, which tends to involve other people who may not want that to be shared, right? So I haven't really shared anything like of that nature too much. I usually talk about them in I talk about some of the stuff in a nebulous way, unless it's something personal to me that I'm allowed to share. I want to be discreet. My mind is wandering to the stuff that I have to talk about for the Wanikani introduction. I'm working up all the talking points right now of at the beginning of every project. I do like a introduction sort of thing, very like particular, any topics that are germane to the new project, what I'm bringing into the project, like what's relevant to the project, and some remarks before I start. So I'm kind of like spending this time chilling, rehearsing some of these topics that I'll be covering for Wanikani. Luckily, it's not too separated from my Duolingo project, so it's fairly smooth sailing. I didn't have to do a lot of prep work. I do have to do that leaves me some time to do the prep work for my review. The review is going to be tough. It might actually take more time than I usually do. I would love to hear people's like summary and thoughts, or more inner thoughts about their year, like 2024. This is, you know, a great period where there's a surge of the best of 2024, the most unique, the 2024 in a nutshell kind of thing. I like to believe that people do that normally without the aid of YouTube, right? Like, what did you do in 2024? What are your highlights in 2024? If you summed up 2024, can you give me a Sparks Note version, you know, like a 5-minute version, a 30-minute version, and an hour version or something? Like, for example, if I had 15 seconds to summarize, or 5 seconds to summarize my 2025, I would, in 2 words, I would say language learning. It brings a smile to my face because to me, language learning means a whole lot of things. And it also demonstrates that I've dedicated an entire year to language learning. That feels great. Almost prideful, if you will. I did a few other things here and there. Played like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. That was the start of the year, before the language learning, actually. We started with Infinite Wealth. Oh, and we started with Dave the Diver too, I think. Oh man, I can't wait for the next Dave the Diver thing. That would be a great Dave the Diver would be a great way to immerse in Korean. If you're wondering what does Dave the Diver have to do with Korean, it's a Nexon title. There's actually Korean. You can hear bits of Korean in it. 2024 for me was a year of discovery, both of the world and for yourself. Nice. I love that. That's so provocative. Sort of cheesy, really? Nah. I think the word you're trying to, I think the word, we're gonna switch cheesy to provocative. That's a very provocative way of word phrasing it. You rediscover the spark you had for learning and for life, you guess? Wow. Now I want to know more. What's the 10-minute version? You know? I know quite a lot about that stuff. For the record, I feel very privileged to be able to share at least vicariously some of the stuff that you're saying. Like you actually spent enough, you actually gave me the privilege of being privy to a lot of the stuff that you're talking about in that statement. Your university, pursuing a pivot in your career, right? In your career development. Talking about how you basically raffle stomp through education again. Showing who's boss. Keeping up with your language studies. You went on a bunch of community events. Cultural community events, right? Hey, I know quite a lot of what your summary means. And to me, I think that's my reciprocation of the gift you gave me this year, which is the gifts of your time, obviously. And in order for me to demonstrate that your time is spent building memories with others, I can definitely remember a substantial amount of the stuff you shared with me this year. Sounds a little bit sappy too, doesn't it? I can say a lot of things about Blair. I can say a lot of things about Cozy. I can say a lot of things about 2 or 3 other people who are no longer here. Yeah. One of the greatest reward, in my opinion, one of the easily underrated greatest rewards about sharing and being expressive with other people consistently, right? Even though technically we haven't ever met in IRL and all that stuff, you don't have to necessarily. I like your poetic way of placing it though. Rediscovering. Is that telling me that you haven't been like your let's not forget your fitness journey, right? Your fitness journey, your proactive ways that you were going about encouraging yourself to stay fit, right? Oh man, this year was an incredible year, if I had to say so myself. There's so many things going on. Fitness, education, general sense of well-being. I like to think that from your comment that you made here, prior to sharing most of this with me, it wasn't quite the uphill improvements before 2024, I imagine. Like, it wasn't so hot maybe 2023 wasn't so hot, you know? Oh, those are the stories worth sharing. Rediscovering life. Finding that wonderful spark that I feel quite a lot of people are missing. It's not that it was bad before, but it was just okay with, oh, okay. So, light drifting. You had a bit of a drift, huh? Seeing the color slowly wash out of the things you do. Perhaps the sun was not as blissfully cheerful as it is now. Well, shucks, that's really awesome here. It's really been a pleasure to get to know you this year as well. Yeah, it's mutual. The pleasure and privilege is mutual. You turned your life pretty much entirely around in the past few years. That's amazing. That's something worth sharing, really. Oh, this is a story that I brought for today. I've had this prepared. So I've been watching a show called, well, I like this like particular group of people, and then these particular group of people ended up making their own show. And I've mentioned this a couple of times, but it's Jeremy Clarkson and James May specifically, a little bit less Richard Hammond, but they're the people who did like the Top Gear thing, and then they got fired or they got let go or something from Top Gear. Then they did the Grand Tour, right? Which is an Amazon funded thing. And then James May and Jeremy Clarkson, Amazon approved their own hosted show. And Jeremy went on to do this thing called Clarkson Farms. So it's kind of like his shenanigans, only there's a real genuine thing behind the whole farm, like farm life and whatnot. And of this, there was introduction of locals in his farm. Like he was really actually doing a farm thing. So there's this kid, I'm gonna call him a kid. He is really young. Actually, he's about the age of the people that I interact with these days. Actually, I think he's 25 now, but during Clarkson Farms, I think he turned 21, right, the first time, because it's been 4 years now actually. So they had a special before the next season. Season 4 is going to happen soon of Clarkson Farms. Meanwhile, there was a special that was posted just recently, and it's a comedy. It's kind of like a comedy tour like thing. I don't want to call it a comedy tour because I feel like it's more of a slice of life blend, because that expectation kind of hurt the reception of the special. I actually think people who understand the special's intent, it's glowing. It's still glowing. So it's called I don't know if you are familiar with the series called The World According to tag phrase. Like there was a show called The World According to Jeff Goldblum or things like that. But that's like a common tagline for a lot of things. So this guy went on tour, and Amazon commissioned the publication of his last day on tour. So his act, the thing that he was doing on stand-up, and I was watching it, and I have no idea where I'm going with this. Where was I going with this? Oh, about like turning life around and like really doing like pivoting and doing things. This kid loved farming. Like his name was Jacob. Oh, what's his first name? Or that's his first name. Jacob something. I still gotta get their name straight. But he then went on tour for a while, and he talked about life on the farm. But then he talked about all the things that changed since that day, right? And the whole like act and touring and stuff was to share the craziest like 4 years of his life, but then he contextualized it with all his upbringing. Like it was his life, like it was a autobiographical, somewhat humorous slice of life stand up. And to me, I feel like if you're an incredibly healthy person, someone who's ambitious or self-improvement, there's a story like that to be told by everyone. And I think there should be more. In my opinion, this is a selfish, obviously, like a biased hot take, but I think the internet would so be a far more interesting, encouraging place when there are more of those type of stories. I was watching it, and then when you were talking about like that you turned your life around in past years, it would be what I picture is a production like that. The person did a stand-up, basically a stand-up with like integration of technology and whatnot. I think it was an hour and a half long, and he basically went through his career and a thing about himself. So he talked about his interest in farming and agriculture and the things that are important to him, the first half of his bit. And then the second half of the bit was about his obsession with perming his hair. Or like, hair styling his hair. And that's the kind of thing that I feel should be normalized. It isn't, obviously, because for most part nowadays, due to it's like a double edge. And here's my double edge on these things. And I can see it happening. I would love for people to share more about their like the ways they overcome things and whatnot. However, much like the internet, if it saturates with that, which is what happened on YouTube and whatnot, one of the consequences that could happen is that then everyone starts to compare to all the other stuff, and that can lead to a conditioned mediocrity, right? So there's often this tact of, in my mind, a lot of times when you think of one extreme to the other extreme, oftentimes there's going to be offshoot consequences. And it would be interesting if more of this kind of thing is available or shown. What would happen? So far, though, the internet has gone to the other extreme. Like the repertoire of the internet, the algorithm, is that things are bigger beyond life. The content that most people doom scroll through are even finite, like small snippets of the most extraordinary cases, and it may desensitize basically the how extraordinary it is to work at something, not in the lens of something that's happening immediately, right? In fact, I thought I was getting a little familiar with a fairly intelligent person and believing that I understood, that I was able to communicate. Things don't happen all or none, right? When I say something, it's not like you have to do it all the time. Life is a continuum. So whenever it's shocking how crazy this is normalized, but someone who can be very intelligent in analyzing problems and whatnot can view things as black and white, right? So things like hyper-objectivity, like, oh yeah, so why share my story when this person did it better, right? Well, to convey how objectivity can be used for your benefit of sharing is the idea that the statistical likelihood of someone who is very involved in their own life to portray that life and speak that life, the odds of someone being able to mirror every aspect of your life is nearly statistically unlikely, or highly improbable, right? Highly improbable. So the question is, if you do feel that when you go online and you're like, yeah, my life is not that interesting because this person basically did all of it, I highly doubt that. Now, those people actually often would consider themselves very objective, as in, oh, if you compare this and compare this, they basically did better. It's like, well, technically, if you want to be very analytical about it, the odds are almost inconceivable. The longer you live, the less likely that anyone in this entire world had your same permutation of events. Now, the psychological sensitive way of interpreting how is this possible? How does someone feel like someone else's life is exactly like theirs, only it's better and worse, when clearly, logically, in all objective metrics, it would be astronomically improbable for two people to live identical lives, right? The idea is they don't consider the details in their lives interesting. They no longer pay attention to the things that are happening in their lives. That the odds of thinking your life is similar to someone else's goes up the moment you stop accruing and paying attention to those details. So to me, sometimes hyperobjectivity can lead to overgeneralization. So for example, someone going to the market, right? And you're like, yeah, it's gone to the market. It's pretty much like anyone else. Like you do the same things. Oh, do you? Oh, really? And my first thought was, the next time you go to the market, can you write down and analyze what you actually do in the market? And then share it, right? Post those details, right? The thoughts that go through your mind. I like to believe that it is highly unlikely that there's someone who has gone through the exact order of the thing that makes you you, right? That's kind of the nature of human behavior. It's phenomenally sporadic, right? There's so much nebulous properties, so much noise in human behavior. So the question is, when you say you have an uneventful day or whatnot, is it really that uneventful? Sometimes it's pretty surprising when one is involved in their lives that even the most uneventful is one that identifies you, right? And hear me out here, Valentine. I know you used the word eventful. I actually like it because what's really identifiable about you and my friends, my friends literally said the same thing. So in fact, they don't even make the disclaimer that that's how they like it. The comment that you made, which I forgot to mention, is you said, good, my Christmas was really uneventful and that's how I prefer it, and you laughed about it. My closest friend, one of my closest friend, I visit them recently, and then he like, we wished each other, Merry Christmas, or however they decide to say it, like very much Christmas, etc., all your variances. My one of them said, how was your holiday? Uneventful, I hope, right? And I was like, yep, it was pleasantly, sufficiently uneventful. And there was no need, there was an implicit understanding that holidays being uneventful is a time to be interpreted as recharging. So I'm sharing this because it might sound like something mundane and something uninteresting. However, do you have an experience like that? Because my friends and I, and then now we're talking about this because I'm relating it to what you're saying. It's actually not a big coincidence that the people around my life and the people that know me well, by like this myriad of crazy universal human behavior and human understanding of human condition, most of my friends would probably say the same thing. My existing friends would say, how was your holiday? It's like, oh, it was delightfully uneventful. And that's it. In fact, sometimes they don't even associate positive meaning with uneventful, because it's always implicitly understood that when you have holidays, it might be an opportunity to recharge. And being uneventful can be something very difficult for someone who is hyper productive, right? And for myself, I knew my friends very well, and my friends probably knew me very well, maybe not consciously, but intuitively, that they could say something like that and it would be a deeper level of understanding. And that comes from the expression and interaction, right? Paying attention to the details. Why would my friend suggest that I had an uneventful holiday? That's because I know them very, very well. It could be misunderstood or be brushed aside as details that are not important. Obviously, it's up to the individuals, but I wanted to share this type of line of thinking because I know my friends incredibly well, at least I think, and my friends hopefully know me well enough, largely because when the once in a blue moon, we hang out like maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years. But those times, those moments, you take in all the details. At least for me, I try to take in all the details so that even that one event makes you unique, right? So I kind of like to challenge people every once in a while. I might sound like a badgering therapist or something, but I think building a habit to truly take in and live in the moment, not every day, you don't have to do it every day, that's not sustainable, right? Because it can be exhausting. But I'm sure most people in their lives have an event that they can truly sit down and talk about in detail to share. And that's kind of how I feel about the future of content creation. Like, what I mean is content creation in the sense of human interaction, like typical normalized social behavior, generalized social behavior, what would become normalized in the future, not the business oriented reinforced necessity of content creation. Like here, I'm not building that, right? I'm not going to tell you how good or how bad or complain about the product at hand. I'm actually using this as a time for introspection and whatnot. So I genuinely believe this will be a much more social norm in the future. And how would you be, in my opinion, how would I imagine a way that someone can participate in this and have it normalized, that it's sustainable and healthy? That's how I would imagine it. Someone randomly comes on every once a month. They say like, hey guys, I have a story to share with everyone. And it wouldn't be met with cancellations. It wouldn't be met with competitive spirit. It would be equivalent to something similar to going to a store, witnessing someone buy a coffee, and then you notice that something happened, and then you can think about it, and then that's it. That's the experience, right? That would be a great facsimile for IRL experiences, but not in a collectively biased, selectively driven manner. I think spuriousness and nebulousness is non-existent right now on the internet, and it doesn't collectively represent, it actually often misrepresents how joyful life can be and the significance of one's own life events, largely because most things now that you spend your time watching online is manufactured, if not scripted, and or motivated to be productively lucrative and constructive. So you spend quite a lot of time, you nebulously, sorry if don't. I hope I'm not hurting anyone personally. The idea is things are expected. There's less noise. Without noise and like all the other ruffled stuff, the perception of being extraordinary or interesting is lost, because the only interesting things you see are the things that are curated to be interesting. So then everything else becomes less interesting over time, being convinced to be less interesting. Not that they are less interesting, because I disagree with that. Have you remembered, do you remember which shoe you put on every day, for example? I can tell you, I know exactly the order in which I put on my shoes to go out to run. Now, this is largely because I consciously choose to do that, right? And I observed it. However, you can choose any moment in your life, and I say there is enough detail and richness in that life to portray yourself as someone who is unique. And the longer the attention is, the more likely it is irreproducible. So we're not talking about being famous on content creation or becoming viral or anything. I wanted to illustrate that point to give the idea and appreciation for one's own life's uniqueness, right? I think there's enough stimuli in the world to convince anyone that their life is unremarkable, which personally I do not believe is a very healthy mindset or a sustainable mindset to go through life. You might argue it's a great fuel to try to make one life's extraordinary. However, that has the consequence of burning out and scalability issues. So you have kids thinking overnight they can be a multimillionaire and a billionaire or something, like throwing millions of dollars at cars because the time is truncated. There's no aspect or appreciation for what, like, the passage of time and consistency and all that stuff. So it's interesting. That's probably one of the things that I am not going to change about the way I go about my, at least the stuff that I'm doing now, is that I'm not going to shorten things. That's something that I can't compromise. However, I can make essays and try to summarize things, but I think accountability is my way of demonstrating. Accountability is my way of demonstrating that learning, for example, learning a language doesn't happen overnight. I mean, I was reading more forums again. It's a habit because Google provides, about, oh, how long does it take to become fluent? And then someone said like, oh, but the US Department of like something said this is the average. And then name drop a couple people, but they say this is like many years. And then people argue about the tenuous nature and the definition of fluency, going down that track. And my thought was accountability. My contribution that was not mentioned, or like my attempt to differentiate between all that is mentioned, is the absence of mentioning accountability. How long do you stay accountable for your language learning? And I would say with that may provide a more accurate depiction or measure. It's part of it's a major factor in understanding how long it would take to like a subjective way of measuring. How long would it take for you to feel like you've reached your arbitrary definition of fluency? Accountability. If you stay accountable, every day could be sufficient. If you don't, then yeah, it'll take a very long time, if not probably forever. What the heck is this? Is that a... Oh, that's a fashion item. Anyways, sorry, I was digressing. Here's something. Here's something that I have yet to wrap my brain around. Whenever I'm playing a video game, I have some running theories. Whenever I play a video game and I talk about these topics, right? They usually end up getting disliked on social media, right? Like according to my metrics and stuff. Does that really stop me from doing it? Probably not. But at the same time, it's a very peculiar thing. It's very different when you're doing something that you're learning, right? Like if you're actively learning something and then you go on and talk about these type of things, it's usually viewed very favorably. So I'm trying to think of clever ways to bridge that. It's a great metric to show where where commonly people's headspace are. I think that's one thing that YouTube metrics and analytics have shown me this year. So one of the things that I'm thinking about is how do I address that? Like in 2024, I basically spent all of 2024 streaming and uploading on multiple platforms, right? I think it's been a year. What day is this? 430, so it's been over a year now. And then for Twitch, it's obviously been over 5 or 6 years now. I think we're on like 2,400 and something. One of the things that are very desperate is that being wholesome or trying to be serious about things clearly has a cognitive dissonance in activity, right? This was something I presumed about gaming versus something that's pre-selected for learning, for self-improvement. However, now I actually have metrics and analytics to demonstrate that when someone is playing something, it makes sense. When someone is playing something or doing something for enjoyment, they do not see it as an opportunity to learn or share anything in the process. So oftentimes when I'm talking about these topics or doing these topics, literally they are almost unanimously disliked over when I'm doing it during a learning exercise like Duolingo and whatnot. I'm kind of curious if that will ever change. Certainly I'll tell you if I observe anything change in the couple moving forward, because I don't expect myself to change this aspect of my stream. Let's see, we got 3 dailies pick up here. Let's do the polymorph. The heck? Why am I behind? Oh, it's because where are my repeatables? What the heck? Okay, I guess we'll do this. Anyways, that's kind of a 2 or 3 different stories that I had prepped over the last couple days. Thoughts. Yeah. What does this actually do? Polymorph Tyrant Retrieve. The Ghostly Pirate Relic. 10? The heck? Oh, these things? Excuse me. Oh. Oh, I can speed. Oh, okay. Dude, that's so little time. $30. The heck? No, I don't have enough time. I don't even know where most of these are. Okay, so... yeah, there's not enough time. I have to go back. Wow, that timing's kind of ridiculous. All right, let's try this again. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't need to do it within that time, actually. Just kidding. Oh, it's, I see. It makes it easier to do that. I don't even know where all the stuff is. Did I interact with this? I did. They're all unique. It actually looks like the pod is still in effect. You have to find exactly 10? Nope. Never mind. Not in effect. I legitimately do not see the other two. What the heck? What the heck, Cryptic? Where are you hiding them? There's one. Okay. All right. Already got that one. This one up here? No. I know I got that one. I got that one too. Just blindly walking. Oh my goodness. This quest is so toxic. All right. Anyways. That's okay. No. We were close in it. I thought I was somewhere else. Not a big deal. Oh. Officially most disliked. This is easily most disliked. Oh boy. That situation. No, none of those. Dude. One box. Can't be up here. Kind of annoying. Very, very annoying. Oh my gosh. No, it's not there. It's out of the range. Wow. Wait, how can I still interact with this? Oh, I guess there might be an internal timer on interacting with the same thing. Oh man, not a fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan. All right, now we gotta do some of these. Wait. What is happening? Oh, that's the pirate king one. Way to extend the time. Okay, so let's get across. How many do we have to do? 2 more? 2 more. I don't understand why these aren't refreshing. I guess I have 1 of each. Let's do these 2. Oh my! That's a rubber band right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, everything's lagging. We've lost everything. There are only 2 ruffians in in all the groups. It's lagging like crazy. I don't even know what the ruffians look like. Is it these guys? No. Oh, but I can take those guys out too. Okay. Oh, the ruffians are the big guys. It's like mad lagging. I hit one thing and it's not registering. It's probably because there's a train. This is a train instance. Probably. Oh. Oh, here we go. Holy. Oh my. Alright, we gotta change instances. Okay. Back to real-time gaming. Oh. As close to real-time as possible, I suppose. Alright. And for whatever reason, this coming up quest, I don't know how this quest worked, but it auto completed on itself, so it's kind of weird. I actually kind of want to know what happened here on this one. Like, you go up to this guy, right? And then you kind of pick him up, right? Pick the person up. You take out these guys, right? And then I lost track of the person. And then a few minutes later, the person, it just completes on its own. So where did this guy actually went? Oh. They went. That would explain a lot. Okay, so where did this guy go? Like, that dude made it. That person made it home themselves. Like, I didn't do anything. I lost track of the person. I thought they went the other direction. Is it like safe all the way down there? This kind of reminds me of a dragon mechanic when you're like tailing someone, especially the judgment games. Okay. Where are they even going? My dude, are you gonna turn around the corner? Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Someone must have cleared the mobs for me when I lost track of them. Okay. Alright. There we go. Alright. We head back. We'll open some Christmas Winter Festival parcels. See if we get the 1 in 250. You know, the 1 in 250 odds. I'm feeling lucky today, right? Sometimes lucky. Just double check. Alright. So we're gonna go to PE. Interestingly enough, we're already here, technically. We're gonna go to PE. The outside of PE. I'm gonna consolidate all the gifts. And then we're gonna see if we can pick up a dungeon runner or two. First, let me move the other gifts from my barbarian to my paladin. They already tell us the odds, right? It's kind of like a new age thing. Tell you the odds of things and the stuff. So let's see if we get lucky. 1 in 250 odds. That's definitely less than. That's definitely less than 1%, right? So we have 37. We logged in. The odds are 1 in 250, right? I mean, I guess technically we could land on the top 3. I think number 4 we already have. 5 we have. 6 we have. For the most prized things, just the top one. So let's while we wait for queues and whatnot, let's open these. Out of 37, here we go. Sometimes when you don't want anything, they just land in your lap. So desire meter be gone. Let's go. A goodie bag. What does a goodie bag have? I think this is I don't know if this is interesting. Goodie bag have odds too. Intriguing. All right, let's open another. Okay, so the goodie bag is guaranteed. Okay, a cosmetic, sure. Another cosmetic. Another cosmetic. Another cosmetic. Yeah, you need to get 150 of these, but obviously I don't have 150. And the event is going to end in like 2 days or something. And I don't have the luxury of doing anything to increase the odds with my limited time. Okay, so that's definitely the low roll. When you get a light, that's definitely the low roll. Okay. Pretty mediocre. Okay. We're buying our time. Oh, that's mediocre. That's really mediocre. All right. Oh, these are some low stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay. No cosmetic. Oh my gosh, these are so low. What is this? Throne and vanity pets. Lots of cosmetics for the year. A throne? And that was the bonus cosmetic thing, throne. Okay. Another throne, which we have. Ugh. Dang. Those odds are pretty dubious. Okay. Something I have as well. More cosmetics. I guess that's what this is about. Not looking good, folks. 15 left. Another heckin' throne. Now, why is that legendary? Alright. Alright, so we got the bonus reward for that. As long as we got some bonus rewards. Okay. These are free, by the way, so you just have to be the person who logs in and mix them up. Which I do. More cosmetics that we already have. Again. Okay. More cosmetics. More cosmetics. So all the yearly seasonal stuff is in here. The cosmetic stuff. So they created a new goodie bag. Interesting. For this thing. Not bad. This box is pretty terrible. Okay, more stuff. Alright, there you have it. We didn't get it. It was a 1 in 250 odds. I can earnestly say, wow, that is pretty that's pretty pretty underwhelming. Alright. So we got a bunch of things that just basically sits in our inventory. Oh, why not? Let's open the goodie bags, right? I'm not gonna be doing these things. So what is the high roll? The high roll is 250 bars. That's actually kind of nice. All right, let's see how many times we land on 250 bars. Nope. Dang. Okay, so you just get gifts. I have tons of gifts. Nope. It's kind of nice. Insignia powders. That's not nice. Prez wards. I see. So I see. So gifts. Okay. And then you can get goodie bags. I see. So that's why people are doing gifts. I was curious what was the deal, but I guess you can fill up all these. You can fill up on bars now. All right. Okay. So you can definitely fill up on a lot of insignia powders and whatnot. Since there's no cap, I suppose. Or no, I think these goodie bags are not the same as the Starlight parcels. Or maybe they are. We can look. I can check. But these are changed. This event hasn't been changed in terms of its looting style in the last couple of years, but now it has. So this is the new thing. Oh, hey, we landed on it once. Nice. What were the odds? 1 in 23? That's pretty good. We landed on a 1 in 23 odds. What is that? 1 in 23 odds. That's like 5%. I'm probably doing the math incorrectly. So that's fine. We landed on the top thing, so that's fine. Got a few 5s. 5s are... Oh, yeah, it's much lower. 10 is... Okay. Guess I'll spend the last day doing some... gift exchange. Hey, we land on it twice! Neat! Very neat. That's better than all the goodie bags put together. Like the parcel bags put together. It's functional. Oh, hey, we landed on Prez boards again. More tokens. For the record, I don't really need any of this stuff. Ooh, we landed on 100. Where's 100 at? Oh, 1 out of 12. 1 in 12. Ooh, we landed on 2. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of bars, man. We got a lot of bars. Holy heck. Okay, insignia. Okay. Huh. This is free again. Free. Neat. Wow. We landed on it 3 times. I call that a win. I guess it goes right. Yeah. Obviously it goes without saying that there wasn't anything in the boxes. Being a regular player, there wasn't anything in the boxes that I was particularly interested in. Oh, hey. And speaking of which, we have a brave soul. Unfortunately, that brave soul is alone right now. Let's give it a few more minutes. That was kind of fun. There's another thing I could do. No, we'll do it next time. But I have these boxes, right? These coffers of celestial artifacts. And there's always a chance that they'll give coal wards, right? And this is just one of my tunes. I have like 900 of these boxes. And we could see, we could open them another time and see how many coal wars we can get. I think the odds of coal wars are like 1 in the 40, something like that. And see how many we'll get. And that's kind of fun. Like this is what happens when you just play a game because you drink it like coffee, right? It's kind of like mile points. You know, you have to fly anyways, but you might as well accumulate the points. So this is why games like these are great for meditative 30-minute breaks. Hello there, Kozu. Yeah, we got a lot of bars. Like, I don't want to like show my stash or anything, but after like a bunch of years, you kind of collect a bunch of resources, right? Tons of resources. I'll let people... you get quite a lot of these resources. And I don't really use them or reinvest them to make more resources. That's kind of a thing in this game. People like to repurpose their resources and constantly like accumulate more. It's kind of a hoarders, digital hoarders paradise when it comes to live service games. You just want to hoard things. I get things, I play it. It's efficient. You don't have to be greedy. And then things just land in your lap, I suppose. Alright, let's see if this guy found anyone. Poor guy. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, poor guy. Still looking for 4. No one wants to run dungeons anymore around this time. We might run 1 or 2 randoms today and call it a day, so I can like spend most of that other time prepping for 2025. Ugh. Ugh. So overall, they basically just gave me 1,000 bars. That's kind of nice. 1,000 bars. Yeah, it doesn't look like that guy is finding anyone. That's kind of unfortunate. Feels bad, man. It's the low key hours. Low key hours. Couldn't run the dungeon even if I joined. Let's go and hop into... Oh, I see the healer role, so let's go do an RTQ for the time being. There we go. I was somewhat thinking that I was gonna hit the 1 in 250 odds. It's happened quite often. Hitting 1 in 250 odds. It feels like it's 50-50. Whenever a loot box comes out, I could run to 75 keys and did not get it. And then the next loot box, I just run to like 15 keys and get it. I think this loot box, the last loot box that happened, it was around 40 keys or something. And to keep to put it into perspective, I get a key every day because of the way Neverwinter's VIP status thing goes, and then how the Zen that I had from like converting from a long time ago, being a legacy player. You get, it's more than 75 keys between lockboxes. So I guess we'll try to open some lockboxes in the future. Oh wait. Oh, hold. Oh wait. Wait. We have a taker. Hold up. We have that person magically found 3 other people. Let's see if they need a healer. We have a advanced Dread Sanctum run. Nice. Okay, we do have possibly one pain giver that might be new to this. We'll see. Wow. It's a Christmas miracle. I mean, just kidding. Christmas is... It's a New Year's miracle. We got a advanced queue, interestingly enough. You don't usually see that around this time. Look at these bros. Today's I guess it's the 30th right now, but guys just want to play video games. You know. Yeah, one of them is definitely this guy. Yeah, you don't usually find too many people willing to like do something for like 30 minutes to an hour if it doesn't work out. Especially during the holidays, right? Yep, all of them are spacers. They like doing their space jumps. Jumpity jumpity. Hallmarks of the MMO life. Hitting the space button whenever possible. Wait, is everyone here? Where's the fourth guy? Oh, I see him. Okay. Let's put on our pants. We need to I mean like where the heck did okay. Let's put on a pot or something, just in case. Okie dokie. Let's watch how these guys go about it. This is my favorite part about playing MMOs. You know? I get to observe people watch. Oh, they just used up all their artifacts when the boss wasn't even vulnerable yet. That happens. It's a cutscene thing. Maybe. It's hard to tell. I wasn't looking at the boss's debuff bar. Okay, so the rogue is locking themselves into animation, which is very common. It's a common thing. Rogue locked themselves into animation before the explosion. So then they usually take it to the face. But it looks like the person has enough health. Yeah, nice. The guy already adjusted. Oftentimes that's not the case because of like ping, maybe ping, latency. Sometimes you try to push it and then they take it to the face. Although that rogue keeps using the dagger throw in melee. I'm kind of curious why that's the case. I don't actually know enough about rogues to really know what's going on, other than I recognize animations. Looks good. Looks like no one's lagging. Oftentimes, my assumptions are if a rogue constantly missed their dodge roll from like something broadcast like that, oftentimes it's not actually the player. It's more like the feedback that they get from rolling. They're trying to roll at a specific time and it's always slower than they would expect. That happens quite a lot in this game. Not bad. Not bad. Everyone's on cue. Like, this is going to be very smooth. It looks like everyone knows the mechanics, and there are 2 alts. I think there are 2 alts in this group. 2 people are on their mains, probably, and then 2 people are on their alts. At least just based on seeing how they move. And what their spacing is. They clearly have done this quite a lot. The other 2 are alts because the player is playing in a manner. The 2 players are playing in a manner that these are their other characters. And the reason is their gear is missing. Right. Their item levels are lower, but they play like individuals who would blast through this very easily. So we'll see. Very smooth. Or it could be a returning player. There's always a chance that is someone's character and they're just trying to update their character now. I think the Dread Sanctum is fantastic. Minus the whole permadeath thing. The permadeath is a tricky situation, right? It often feels bad when you mechanically fail through trial and error. However, I can kind of see why it would feel bad. Like for myself, it does feel bad too. It's largely because trial and error has become less of a desirable thing in gaming in general, especially in live service models. Live service models rarely engage in designing things that have trial and error, largely due to like time sensitivity and the idea of being progressing at all times, right? And permadeath type of mechanics are not very popular in that in that mindset. Permadeath and like really harsh single punishes happen in single player games or like games like Souls likes and stuff, right? It's not that they're not popular. Largely due to it's not normalized in subgenres like this. Like you get slapped because one of your team members were not paying attention, so then you have to start all over. There's a point of failure that is without that's not in your control kind of thing. But Souls like it's within your control. So that's I think that has often already been part of the mainstay of MMORPGs, right? The healer or the tank dying has classically been the point of failure, and then when you add a permadeath mechanic that's dependent on the execution of the entire party, the point of failure increases. The frequency of the point of failure increases. So maybe a middle ground to all of this is to exonerate the to like soft scale down that type of mechanic is to exempt the healer and the tank from failing in the lower sets in order to get used to the mechanic, right? Or seeing the mechanic. That can be a thing to do. Largely because even there's less of a point of failure on the pain giver side. You lose a pain giver, you don't necessarily auto fail. However, regardless, if you're going to succeed, it often requires that everyone succeeds. So it's a means to an end for the learning curve. Trial and error learning curves are not as modern for live service games, especially MMORPGs. It feels like cheap deaths, right? Players in live service games have a different perception of time, right? Than single player games. Oh, it looks like you can still shenanigans. Oh no, you can't. Yep. They still think that the little like I mean like that's fine. I'm just gonna take the traditional route. I'm not responsible. They increase the damage that the slime path deals. So I don't know if they knew that, so I just avoided it in general. I took the long way, but they still did the little hopscotch thing. So let me see if I commit to them. I'll go on with their shortcut as well. I read in the patch notes that they removed or strategically changed the spot of the ramp. So maybe I could heal them through it. If I end up dying, I guess that wouldn't be the end in the final phase. We're gonna get teleported again one more time. So I did it the old-fashioned way. We platformed across to see how it compared to the shortcut. That it seems like they found a new shortcut, so I'll follow them. I haven't done the quote-unquote running hopscotching through the slime since the patch change. They removed like a shortcut, I suppose. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. We'll follow the rest of the group. That's way more damage. Yeah. So my goal is attempting to keep them alive. There. Which it worked out. I had like 1 HP, but it's fine. It still works. You can brute force still through the same shortcut. But they didn't literally remove the platform. I thought the patch notes was referring to literally that ramp. Like they removed that ramp so you can't do that anymore. But the slime hits really hard. Not hard enough apparently. You can still hopscotch through it. The patch notes increase the slime damage because, or like the toxic thing damage because people were doing that, and clearly it didn't stop everyone from continuing to do that. Oh, there, Chobits. Hello. All right. Nothing eventful. All right. Move along, folks. That crystalline. All right. Let's see how peeps do this. I don't think that anything got changed in the final boss. That's the last time we ran. There were a few patches for both the like advance and the normal actually. I don't think anything was changed with them. We'll see. Ow. I really like that star effect on that, I guess, artifact. I think it's an artifact, or maybe that's a companion. No, it's. I like look away for a moment. It's like, yeah, they're fine, and then someone loses 50% of their health. Like, what the heck hit them? Okay. Let's see if we notice any changes. I don't think there's. I did notice that normal, some of the ways you get reset on this final boss was changed. I think. To ease the random queue, right? Because this is part of random advanced queue. So I'm going second. Okay. Okay. should call? Oh, the tank's game screen has frozen twice. What are we calling? I'm confused. Call corner? Is that what that person is referring to? I mean... And then someone else says it's calling, so it's probably the corner. I mean, it's okay. I can do it too. I'm second. It's fine. 大丈夫です。没问题，没问题。别担心。I don't know how to say tentacles in either Japanese or Chinese. Relatively safe pain givers, really excellent positioning. One oopsie here and there, but not too bad. Yeah, definitely two ults, maybe 3 mains here. All right, off we go. Don't have to take out everything, man. Northwest. Oh, that's what they mean by call. They just write it. So someone writes it in chat. That's what they mean by calling, I see. That's a first for me, actually. After, what? 15 or 20 so runs? That's the first time. That's kind of a neat adaptation. They picked someone who is last or at the end of the group order, but the tank voluntarily said that they are experiencing some technical difficulties, so they might not be able to see the thing. That's kind of nice. Do you like the proactive communication happening? Okay, so now we're gonna go and spot the demo. This guy. We can try to stand next to the demo. That guy is looking at that dude. Yeah. So we always want to keep as the healer, right? And if you're a Justicar, you get the benefit of shielding against the heckin' demo beam. Although it looks like the demo beam doesn't disappear underneath the floor anymore. They did patch that. There was a patch notes about projecting the attack. The demo's attack. that was a problem because it was kind of difficult to see. And then people would get blitzed by a one-shot. The demo beam tends to be able to take out most of the peeps in one shot without a shield. Although I don't see a demo anymore. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, there it is. And that guy almost got wiped out. It shows up, but it shows up late. And then sometimes it shows up and then it disappears. So then you're standing in the beam and you can't even see it. And then the moment you see it, it's like a split second. And then if you factor in ping, most of the time people get hit by it. And I don't think that's like say a reasonable mechanical ignorance or anything. It's just the visuals they're not consistent. If the visuals were consistent, then you could consistently know when to move, but it really isn't. Where are we going? Northeast. Oh no. The tank didn't go. Oh boy. One of us is gonna be sacrificed. It's fine. Pretty sure it was northeast. Yep. Who's the honorary sacrifice? It's the lock. Healer went too fast on his goon. I didn't attack. How could I go fast on something that I didn't attack? You gotta be careful, mister. Healer didn't go fast on anything. Nothing like a pain giver. Nothing like a pain giver saying that the healer went too fast on clearing a goon. Like, are you expecting me to annihilate something on my own? I mean, usually I don't even do anything. But hey, I might have dailied the goon, I suppose. But there's a big difference between suggesting that the healer did something while the healer didn't actually do anything. Someone else attacked it. I don't know who though. I wasn't paying attention. I stand there healing myself most of the time. In this situation. I would attack in other situations, but oh. Okay. I don't know what that guy is doing standing still for a moment. Maybe something happened. Holy heck. That dragon's staying up way too long. Nice. It was smooth, nevertheless. Outside of the random blaming the healer for killing something. Okay. Thank them. Move along. Just hit greed. They need whatever they want. Alright. I have a dread key. Alright. Pants. That's actually not bad. What do we have? Outgoing healing too? Take it. Can I get the shirt? I'll take 40k. Nice. Wait. Actually, the pants is just a separate thing, isn't it? This isn't a set, right? Okay. Yeah. You know... It's like meh. I'm waiting to see if they want to do that again if they want. Oftentimes around this time people would ask if they wanted to do it again. Largely because it's very difficult to find peeps. Okay. Someone's asking if they want to go again. We could do it again. Let's see here. Yeah, no, that's functionally will. Been a while since I've been updating gear. Not really necessary. Neat. We got something out of it. Is there a shirt down here? I guess we only have access to these things. Recharge. No. You have 20% chance to gain 12 action points. When you deal, I mean, that could work for me. I could build action points by attacking. Are there any other choices? Are there any other choices? Deflect, recharge. That's okay. You can just like spam some attacks onto a boss for action points. Don't really change the game. Are these the same mods too? They should be the same mods, right? Yeah, that's not too bad. It would give me an incentive to do my attack cycle. We already got the 2 rings. Actually, by coincidence, we've got the 2 rings that are nice for the healing. So that's why I'm doing healing. I actually got the 2 exact rings. First try. Didn't get anything else that was useful, even on the master runs. We got a few things for other peeps. Paladin. Oh, what's happening here? Add me, I'm gonna relog fast, see if you can solve the issue. Anything else I would like to join? That guy is gone. And do I invite this guy back? I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening. Some people, 3 people said sure, and then 1 person just left. So, guess we'll see if they come back. If not, I think that was pretty good. We got in a Dread Sanctum. I can't ask for more. We'll head into maybe a random queue. Call it a day. Got more cash. Constantly getting more cash. I don't know why I'm stacking cash for rainy day. I wouldn't mind updating this. Is there any way to get this? Just like through current. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the 3 of them are back. I'll make this guy group lead. Because I have no idea. We'll do one more. One more. Kinda sorta late. Kind of. Not as late as the last couple of days. Some apples while we wait. I wouldn't mind this helmet, but I have a holdover helmet, so it's okay. It's okay. Almost everything got a refresh, except for this thing. I would just get fast coffee, 2 minutes. Nice. Coffee break. I like it. What is this shirt from? Oh, actually, I don't mind keeping this shirt. This shirt is actually good. Wait. Yeah. I wouldn't replace this shirt. Anyways. I would love to replace this. Let's look at our dungeon currencies, shall we? My lord. You know what? Let's see. Let's go to the store. I remember the store being still, the currency still being a little absurd. Uh, 90, probably 90 each. Oh, I like that the Alliance chat is talking about someone is just sitting on the final boss in Dread Sanctum and listening to the music. The boss track for oops, went the wrong way. The boss track for the Dread Sanctum boss is pretty awesome. Have to admit, it's pretty cool. It's pretty heavy.
It's pretty metal, I suppose. Is the word I would use. Sounds pretty nice. Goes really hard. Stranger Things background music, yeah. Oh, we found someone. All right, okay. So where's this guy? I think it's this person, right? No, this person. Yarg, please. Oh, oh, it's it's pretty low. And you need 50 or whatever this stuff is. Oh, that's not even okay, so it's not even that. So they get two different sets. Two different sets. It's here. So they tiered it 3 times. Yeah, they tiered it 3 times. Okay. Yep, and there it is. There's the comment. Baldur's Gate 3 has even more lit music. Of course it does. That comment, the classical thing of comparing things by downplaying everything else. Yep. Although everyone's joining in, so that's kind of nice. All right, one more time. One more time before the New Year's. Oh, very pleasant surprise. 2 runs. If I would have taken a wager as to thinking that I would be seeing Dread Sanctum again before the end of my module videos. Pretty slim. Pretty slim. Oh, that guy jumped out of... Oh my goodness, that guy ran out of range. Oh, are they gonna do the forehead move, or are they just gonna... Okay. There's a forehead move. You jumped all the way across. I did that in maybe like in week 4 or something, and watched myself fall to my death a couple of times before I figured it out. And then the tank slipped up a couple of times. My pod still up? That's too early. Now they can do it. Excuse me. Okie dokie. Very nice. That guy adjusted again. You can definitely tell it's like a timing difference. Hit the wrong button. Feeling a little weak right now. Just a wee bit weak right now. Okay. The tank looks like they solved their technical issues. The tank is doing artifact calls. Definitely above and beyond. You love to see it. Oh, I kind of slid. Yeah, the pain giving is feeling a little bit a little bit low. Just a wee bit low. Probably also due to the rogues having to rotate back to the crystals. Oof. This might be a oh no. Let me see. Whoops. Oh. Oh, wait. Was I really that late on the artifacts last time? I was 15 minutes off there. Alright, not 15 minutes. 15 seconds off. Boy, howdy. Okay. Well, that took a very long time. Oh, who's this for? A fighter, a barbarian. When your actions is less than 80. I don't know how I feel about that. When your when your AP is less than 80, that's pretty okay. Actually, that's not too bad. I think. Either is fine with that. I didn't take a real close look. Damage is lacking, but it looks like we can make it. Yeah. Coming from the wizard. That is, not doing the least. And the wizard just walked off the face of the earth. Yeah, the wizard is the one that's underperforming, but it's the wizard that made that comment about DPS is lacking. Intriguing. And the wizard is range, so if the first boss is any indicator, the wizard would have the more convenient position in uptime. No reason. I don't see a reason why it would be that low, but yeah, no reason for it to be that low. In terms of like passive stuff, like no passive barriers for it to being that low. What the heck? Was that a double back-to-back balls? What is that about? Shield. Alright. Let's see if they're gonna risk hopscotching again. Doing the bunny hop. I guess I'll save my daily for that. Sorry, excuse me. The cosmic effects are pretty nice to look at. Look at that. Pretty cool. Nothing like a little bit cosmic horror before the New Year's. Alright. Going to deploy the shield. And wishful thinking. Here we go. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, there's still one guy back there. No, they're fine. They made it. Oh, was it the tank? Okay. Everyone's on the same page. I love it. Oh, I might have been the rogue, actually. The rogue has an interesting rotation. I see like Path of Blades. Maybe because of the needing to be distant. Yeah, actually both of them. Oh yeah, both of them. Delve into interesting. Heck off. Heck off. You. What is it? Ithalid? Right, Ithalid. Oh, that was interesting. Oh no, I did it too soon. Alright. Here we go. Oh, we lost someone. Yeah, okay. We lost a wizard. That's okay. It's to be expected. It's like a loss of like 20%. Not really. Does make everything longer though. Time's a ticking. Slow and steady. The last boss could present a DPS problem. We'll see. All right. Did we get any fancy things? I don't think the second boss ever drops anything. Ooh. I just saw a big lag spike. Yep. Just trucking along a little bit of chunky. The tank appears a little bit chunky. Slightly chunky. Okay. I think we're gonna need someone to step up a little. Any of the three to step up slightly. It's feeling a little uncomfortable. My pot gone, it's gone. All right. That frog hitting the tentacle. Oh, okay. Somehow all three of them got one-shotted at the same time by the ground attack, like the projectile, the breath projectile. Okay. Not looking too hot. There's a chance the ground projectile projections don't show up on time. Although I clearly saw it myself. The boss aims at everyone outside the tank, probably. Well, having res stacks is not a good sign. No bueno on the res stacks. All three of them. Dang. Southwest. Wait. We have two different calls? Oh no. Was it Southwest? Uh-oh. Yeah, pretty sure it's Rip. Wow, that guy just called the team dumb. I mean, the guy that's doing the worst is the guy that's calling people dumb. Wow. Okay. The wizard keeps barking orders for being the problem. Feels bad, man. No one else is saying anything. I don't think the the fifth rogue made it out alive in time. It seems like the fourth guy almost made it. And I guess I'm gonna go grab the corner. I wouldn't be as harsh, perhaps on that one particular player, but that player just called the entire team dumb. And then complained about waiting on DPS and whatnot. And then like having to DPS quickly. And then the wizard did an order in which it favored the wizard to go first, but the wizard's DPS is not even half of the rogue players. Either rogue players. Both of the rogue players are about the same. Yeah. Maybe I'll say 30, maybe like 70% of the rogue, because the wizard technically died too, and then pretended that they don't have any scrolls, which is very convenient. Well, there's a lot going against the inexperienced person. And not necessarily like inexperience in terms of the dungeon mechanics, but more like inexperience in observing what the problem is. The portal timing was pretty much as expected. As a reg still out. Well, hopefully no res stacks. The one guy who's going last got bopped, which is unfortunate. Pretty sure the order was, so like at this point I would adjust the order on the fly. Oh no, he got bopped twice. Pretty sure that guy is going. That guy's going last. He's not gonna make it with the 2 res stacks. I would probably, like, at this moment, the team would read each other and adjust the order immediately and have Schnittchen go last. Southeast. Yeah, I think that tank doesn't know yet how to tell the corner. Or maybe the person's not able to see the thing, because it looks like my thing is popping in too. It doesn't usually pop in, take that long to pop in. Oh, come on, you can do it. Oh, nice. Oh no! Oh no! Wait, wait. Nice. All right. They stepped up. Good job. It does suck that he has the dude has two red stacks on them. But good job. Nice. We gotta do it one more time though. Alright, alright. Let's take a check of demo here. Where are the demos? There be that guy. Ah, the tank's on it. Nice. You don't usually see that. Tanks pushing the cannon away, pointing the cannon away from the going across the dragon, because usually when the demo's cannon go across the dragon, it's hard to see. Oh, yikes. So the tank like grabbed it and then turned the demo cannon. Appreciate it. There's the demo again. Missed. Okay. Oh, they attacked one of my Dwarven warriors. Okay. Ow. I can demo. Oh no, I missed. Okay. We do gotta make sure the demos die. I can like tap the demo for a bit until the tank comes by, right? And then the tank takes care of it. So no one gets like one shot it. Although on Masters, most of the DPS just exploderates the demo. The demo dies on spawn. Thanks, got it. Here's the other demo. Is it me? It's me. That's fine. Oh, not me anymore. Okay. Nice. The res sickness already wore off of the last guy. We've been doing this boss for that long. Demo. I hit the demo. The tank is really good. I mean, it's really nice. Very alert. Demo. Ooh. Couldn't turn it. Okay. All right. Super clean. Okay. Very nice. Northwest. Oh wait, not northwest. Oh yeah, north. I forgot my cardinal directions for a moment. Okay, so the tank is probably not able to see the thing popping in. That's probably why occasionally the tank was guessing. You can do it. Let's go. There he is. Run, Forrest, run. Oh, that was cleaner than the first one. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, this is just enough. Like, everyone has just enough. So that it feels great. Feels great to complete a run like this when everyone is just, the tank is really, really well armored though. The tank is way, way over geared. That's nice though. You know, it's the singular point of failure. Demo. Oops. That was awkward. Uh-oh. Another demo. It's targeting that guy. Still on that guy, I think. Yep. Okay. Bit of lag. There's quite a bit of lag there. Demo. Targeting the wizard. Okay. Demo. Targeting the wizard. Alright. Alright. Last phase. My divinity back a little. Oh, demo. I think that guy will survive even if the demo pops him. Nice. Okay. Ooh, demo cannon. Oh, I'm surprised that guy didn't get hit by that. What the heck? That's a bad idea. Oh, I thought I had like a window right there. I was trying to get the one guy. So I figured I could like step 2 steps forward after the animation, but nah, got clipped. Feels bad, man. Okay. All right. Nice. I could hit that guy across the thing, but nice. Yeah, my death was on me. Hey, a wizard's orb. Congrats to the wizard, I suppose. Okay. Do I have another key? I'm pretty sure I have. Neat. 2 in 1 day. Not too bad. Ugh. Bad. Nah. Give me something. Is this the same thing? Oh, no. Wait, how does this work? What? Oh, incoming damage. Oh. Okay. I got something for my tank. Okay. Does that replace? Does that replace the current shoes? I guess. I don't know how much bonus I'm actually even getting. Oh no, but that's missing HP. Alright. GG. Alright. I guess we're calling you wrap. Last run for the New Year's. Let me look at this for a sec. So let's say I go as a group, right? If I go as a group, how much? Okay, so if I go as this and I queue up into this, I obviously I'm gonna wear that in. I'm gonna wear that in Masters, but if I queue up into this, how much percentage is that? 3%? That's not a lot. So yeah. Troll resistance. That's interesting. Alright. I buy that. Oh no, not this one. This one. Yeah, not too bad. Max bonus is at 25% or less health, though. So what the heck does that? Like meh, pretty meh. Okay, there you have it. We managed to get 2 runs in, not too bad. Steady state. It was really good. The team worked really well. I made a goofball mistake. Thought did the hero play and obviously failed. Alright folks, happy holidays. Enjoy your New Year's. I look forward to 2025. We still got 2 more weeks, or actually 3 more weeks left. Today's week 7. We got 8 through 9. Wait. Right? Yeah. So we got 3 more of these to go. I would love to see if something actually changed in week 8, but I doubt it. Alright folks. Business as usual, 5 across the board for the rest of the campaign. I don't expect to be surprised. Right. This is business as usual. Good luck, everyone. See you next week. If you're here to chill, always bring a few stories for the day here and there to share a few thoughts. What live service is about, right? Meditative, chill. Enjoy your holidays with friends and family, online friends, virtual gatherings, if you will. All the good stuff. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.